Let's talk about a job where your office is a million square miles of red dirt, blue sky, and endless horizons that stretch as far as the eye can see. This is a place where the land is as much a part of the job as the trucks themselves. Here, the occasional kangaroo might dart across your path, a reminder of the wild and untamed nature of this vast landscape. It's a place where a 50-ton rig must navigate not just the roads, but the wildlife that calls this place home. This is Fraser's Transport, legendary in the Australian outback, a name synonymous with reliability and endurance. For decades, they have been the backbone of the cattle industry, ensuring that livestock reaches its destination safely and efficiently. These aren't just truck drivers, they're modern-day cowboys, swapping horses for Kenworths. They embody the spirit of adventure and resilience, navigating the rugged terrain with skill and determination. Their mission? Move thousands of cattle across some of the world's toughest terrain. It's a task that requires precision, patience, and a deep understanding of both the land and the animals they transport. The outback is vast, unforgiving, and demands grit, skill, and respect for the land. It's a place where the elements can change in an instant, and where preparation is key to survival. Drivers here are more than haulers. They're mechanics, navigators, and caretakers. They must be ready to tackle any challenge, from mechanical breakdowns to navigating unmarked roads. It's a job that means long stretches alone, but also teamwork when things go sideways. In the outback, camaraderie is crucial, and drivers often rely on each other for support and assistance. They're the lifeblood of Australia's cattle industry, connecting remote stations to dinner plates worldwide. Without them, the industry would grind to a halt, and the flow of goods would be disrupted. This is a story about pride, camaraderie, and the unique freedom of life on the edge of civilization. It's about the bonds formed on the road, and the shared experiences that create a sense of community among these drivers. We'll spend a week with them, from pre-dawn checks to the final unloading. We'll witness the dedication and hard work that goes into every journey, and the satisfaction of a job well done. Buckle up, it's going to be a bumpy, dusty ride, but it's also a journey filled with discovery, adventure, and the timeless allure of the open road. The day starts long before the sun rises at Fraser's Transport Depot in Warwick, Queensland. In the stillness of the early morning, the depot is a world unto itself, quietly humming with anticipation. The vast yard, surrounded by the open expanse of the outback, is bathed in the faint glow of pre-dawn light, signaling the beginning of another demanding day on the road. By 3 a.m., the first drivers are already on their feet, coffee in hand, bracing themselves against the morning chill. They gather in small groups, exchanging a few words and sharing a laugh, but their focus is clear. Each one moves with purpose, preparing their rigs for the long journey ahead, knowing that every minute counts. Every truck undergoes a thorough inspection. Tires are tapped and checked for pressure, fluids are topped up, and every hose and gate is carefully examined. The drivers know that out here, even the smallest oversight can have serious consequences. Their hands move with practiced precision, ensuring that nothing is left to chance. In the vast and unforgiving outback, a minor mechanical issue can quickly escalate into a full-blown crisis. A breakdown miles from help isn't just an inconvenience, it can be dangerous. That's why these pre-trip checks are more than routine. They're a matter of survival. Inside the office, the logistics team is already hard at work. They pore over route maps, monitor weather updates, and coordinate last-minute changes. Their job is to anticipate every possible challenge, from road closures to sudden storms, ensuring that each truck has the best possible chance of reaching its destination safely and on time. The careful planning and teamwork in the logistics hub form the backbone of every successful run. Without their expertise and attention to detail, the entire operation would grind to a halt. They are the unseen force that keeps the wheels turning day after day. As the first light of dawn breaks over the depot, engines roar to life. The yard comes alive with the sound of idling trucks and the bustle of last-minute preparations. There's a sense of urgency in the air, as everyone knows the clock is ticking and the road is waiting. One by one, drivers climb into their cabs, double-checking their gear and reviewing their route documents. They take a moment to steady themselves, mentally preparing for the long hours ahead. Each journey is different, but the stakes are always high. The preparation is meticulous. Every item on the checklist is ticked off with care. Out here, attention to detail isn't just a habit, it's a necessity. The drivers know that their safety and the success of the run depend on it. With everything in order, the convoy finally rolls out, engines rumbling as they head into the vastness of the outback. It's a powerful sight. Dozens of trucks moving as one, each carrying its own load and its own story. The first stop is a remote cattle station, where the real passengers, hundreds of cattle, are waiting. The station is a hive of activity, with workers ready to load the livestock and send them on their way to market. The journey ahead is long and challenging. The convoy pushes deeper into the outback, navigating rough roads and unpredictable conditions. This is where the real work begins, and where experience and preparation make all the difference. Out here, there's no room for mistakes. Every decision matters, every mile is hard-won, and every driver knows that the outback demands respect. The day has only just begun, but the adventure is already underway. Arriving at a cattle station, the driver becomes a stockman. Loading cattle isn't just opening a gate, it's a careful, calm process. Working with station hands, drivers guide cattle up ramps using quiet calls and gentle taps. The goal: keep stress low for both animals and people. Cattle are sorted by size and temperament, ensuring a safe, balanced load. The best drivers sense when to push and when to wait, always prioritizing animal welfare. Every gate is checked, every pen secured. Once loaded, paperwork is signed, hands are shaken, and the driver returns to the cab. The noise of the yards fades, the road calls again. The easy part is over, now comes the haul. It's all about skill, patience, and pride. With cattle on board, the real journey starts. The road train lumbers onto rough tracks, every move deliberate, every turn calculated. The outback stretches endlessly, red earth, blue sky, and silence. Hours pass with only the hum of the engine and the crackle of the UHF radio. Solitude is part of the job, but so is vigilance. Drivers must take regular breaks, not just for themselves but for the cattle. Each stop is a chance to check the animals, listen for distress, and let them settle. The UHF radio connects drivers, sharing road updates and breaking the monotony. As the sun sets, the landscape glows and the miles tick by. It's a test of endurance, focus, and respect for the land. Out here, every kilometer is earned. The Australian outback is a place of extremes where every journey is a test of endurance and grit. Out here, the land throws everything it has at you: rough, unpredictable roads, wild swings in weather, and a relentless, searing heat that never seems to let up. For those who drive these massive road trains, every mile is a battle, not just against the distance, but against the very elements themselves. Dirt tracks can turn to mud in minutes after a sudden downpour, swallowing tires and threatening to strand even the toughest rigs. When the rain stops, the sun bakes the ground into a washboard of corrugations, rattling your bones and testing the limits of both man and machine. Every bump and jolt is a reminder that the outback is unforgiving. Drivers must become experts at reading the road ahead, constantly scanning for hazards, deep ruts, hidden potholes, or patches of soft sand. Adjusting speed and choosing the safest path isn't just smart, it's essential for survival. Every decision behind the wheel can mean the difference between a smooth run and a dangerous mishap. Then there are the dust storms, walls of red grit that can appear without warning, turning day into night and blinding everything in their path. When the dust hits, drivers are forced to stop, sealing up the cab as best they can while the fine powder seeps into every crack and crevice, coating everything in a layer of outback red. Inside the cab, the temperature can soar to unbearable levels, especially during the peak of summer. Staying hydrated and alert isn't just about comfort, it's about survival. Drivers keep water bottles close, wiping sweat from their brows as the sun beats down, hour after hour. The relentless heat doesn't just affect the people, it pushes engines and tires to their limits. Overheating is a constant threat, and a blown tire or a steaming radiator can leave a truck stranded miles from help. Regular checks and quick repairs are part of the daily routine, because out here, a small problem can quickly become a big one. For those hauling livestock, animal welfare is always top of mind. Smooth driving, regular stops, and proper ventilation are vital to keep the cattle calm and healthy. The well-being of the animals depends on the driver's skill and attention, especially when the heat is at its worst. If trouble strikes, the first priority is always the cattle. Drivers work quickly to provide water, find shade, and keep the animals calm, knowing that their cargo is both valuable and vulnerable in these harsh conditions. Fatigue is a silent enemy on these endless roads. Rest breaks aren't just a good idea, they're non-negotiable. Drivers pull over at remote rest stops, stretching their legs and catching their breath before pushing on. At night, drivers crawl into their sleeper cabs, trying to get some rest under a vast, star-filled sky. The isolation can be overwhelming, but sleep is precious, and every minute counts when you're fighting exhaustion. It's a lonely, grinding battle against the elements, where every day brings new challenges and every journey is a test of resilience. But for those who choose this life, it's all part of the job, a job that demands respect, toughness, and a deep understanding of the land. Out here, survival depends on skill, discipline, and above all, respect for the outback. Only those who truly understand its power can hope to conquer its challenges and keep rolling mile after mile. Out here, you're never truly alone. There's an unspoken code among drivers, mutual respect and support. A wave, a radio check-in, and shared road tips are routine. When trouble strikes, help arrives, no matter the company or schedule. Roadhouses become social hubs where stories and advice are swapped over a meal. New drivers learn from veterans, building a sense of community. The depot is always on standby, ready to dispatch help or coordinate rescue. Knowing someone has your back gives drivers the confidence to face the outback. It's a brotherhood forged in dust and diesel. When a mate gets bogged in the sand, it's all hands on deck. The depot coordinates and the nearest driver diverts to help. On scene, drivers assess, plan, and work together. No panic, just action. Heavy straps, careful positioning, and constant radio chatter ensure safety. With engines roaring, the bogged rig is slowly pulled free. Relief, handshakes, and quick inspections follow. Time is lost, but the problem is solved. No blame, just teamwork. This is outback problem solving. Practical, efficient, and built on trust. Drivers part ways back to their routes knowing they can count on each other. It's teamwork without fuss, just the way it's done. Out here you help because you know you'll need help someday too. The journey continues, stronger for the shared challenge. That's the outback way. After days on the road, the destination finally appears. Whether it's a sale yard or a new station, the job isn't done until the cattle are safely unloaded. The driver maneuvers the rig, shuts down the engine, and opens the gates. Calm, methodical, he guides the cattle down the ramps, ensuring their welfare to the very end. As the last animal steps off, there's a quiet satisfaction. The empty crates are checked, paperwork signed, and the job is officially complete. A washdown for the rig, a hot meal, and a real bed await, but rest is brief. Soon, a new order will come. The cycle begins again, new cattle, new roads, same relentless outback. Each journey is a test and a triumph. This is what makes it all worthwhile. Why do they do it? For Fraser's drivers, it's more than a job, it's a calling. It's about freedom, pride, and being part of Australia's backbone. They connect remote stations to the world, delivering more than just cattle. The land becomes part of them, sunrises, stars, and endless horizons. It's a lifestyle mateship, self-reliance, and the satisfaction of a job well done. These are the modern-day drovers, unsung heroes of the outback. As long as there are cattle and roads, they'll keep rolling, one dusty kilometer at a